Hello, hello. I'm so glad to have you here on the Feel Good Factor. And if you don't know me, I'm Susmita Veganosaurus. So, a few weeks ago, I was watching this workshop by Susie Moore. Susie has this really great, fun, vibrant energy, and I like listening to what she has to say. A lot of times when I do workshops or courses online, I tend to take a book and take notes and listen. I do a lot of that. But this time, I was casually listening. I just wanted to watch the video of the workshop without really putting in the effort to write or anything like that. To just absorb the information, just chill. I was doing it more like, an entertainment, a high quality leisure activity. I was being very relaxed, no pressure on myself. Whatever I learn, no problem. When something like that happens, usually the mind wanders. Now, this is why I normally, if I'm serious about doing a workshop, this is why I normally take down notes, because then the focus is completely on what the teacher is saying. But when I'm just listening, the mind tends to wander, I'm sure you've felt this too whenever you've listened to a podcast or just casually watching some kind of a learning video or a documentary, audiobook, something. Mind tends to wander here and there. So it was wandering, but it was okay because I didn't really have much stakes in learning things from this workshop. But then Susie said this one word, and I became fully alert. She used the word procrasta-learning. Now, if you are someone who does this, you probably understand what that means or probably relate to it, even though you may not have heard that phrase before. Procrasta-learning. I immediately sat up straight and I'm like, oh my God, that's me. I do that quite a bit. And not just me, but also I know a lot of friends and coaching clients who tend to do this. So what is procrasta-learning? Using the excuse or the reason of learning something new to avoid taking action. So you're basically procrastinating on starting something or working on something by taking a course, a workshop, a program. So it feels like you're being productive. It feels like you're doing it, with an end goal in mind. So it's useful. Except that you're only learning, you're only absorbing and not actually deploying that learning and that information by taking action and doing something. Now, if you know me, I'm big on courses, workshops, all of it. I'm big on learning them and teaching them. So I equally purchase and learn things from other teachers, as well as have my own academy where I've built workshops and courses and I sell stuff. If you ever want to get to know about my new workshops or even more information about my existing workshops and courses and stuff, then sign up for my newsletter, The Feel Good Tribe. It's a free newsletter. Go to my website, veganosaurus.com/newsletter. The link is in the show notes and sign up. Once you sign up, you'll get a confirmation email. You have to hit confirm. Only then will you be signed up. And then you'll get a welcome email in which I've already shared quite a few details about the different kinds of things that I teach and do. And I'd love to hear back from you, reply to that mail and let me know about yourself too. Anyway, back to procrasta-learning. So, as I said, I'm a big believer of learning and educating ourselves, self-improvement, gaining knowledge about things related to our field and also totally unrelated to our fields, like learning for the sake of learning. I'm big on all of that. I do encourage that. I do follow that. However, that learning shouldn't come at the cost of taking action. It shouldn't come at the risk of not doing real actual work. both learning and creating are equally important. So there has to be input and an output. But more importantly, see, the risk of procrastinating, the biggest risk is when somebody wants to start a project. Say you want to start a consulting program of some sort. You're experienced in a certain field, so you want to teach people how to run things in that particular field, or you want to teach some kind of an art, cooking, anything, right? You're good at it, you've had an interest in it, you have experience in it, so you're like, okay, I'm going to teach people how to do it. But then, if you think, oh, if I have to teach, then I need to learn this also, that also, I need to get this certificate, that certificate, all of that. If you start thinking on those lines and all you do is learn and collect certifications, then you're stopping yourself from moving forward, from actually doing something, from actually taking action. And the most important thing to remember is certificates, collecting, building, a lot of educating and formal education. Most of the time that's not even required for a lot of the things that we want to do. If we want to start a certain business, if we want to build something, create something, a lot of the time minimal formal learning is enough. A lot of things can be done just out of experience. So, today I just want you to ask yourself, think of what courses you're taking, what workshops, what programs you're signing up for, and then ask yourself, are you doing it as an excuse to delay taking action when you could be taking action? Do you believe you're not qualified enough when actually you do have a lot of experience and you are qualified? Are you stopping yourself from just starting something and trying it out first of all? And then maybe if needed, adding in more of those certificates and educational things into your life. One good way to avoid procrastinating is to ensure that whatever we sign up for, we limit the number of courses and workshops we sign up for, first of all. And when we do, we have to ensure that a certain quantity of it beforehand, make a decision. I have to finish out of these 3 workshops, at least 2 have to be fully completed before I sign up for the next one. Like a library card, or a library book. So you can borrow 3 books at a time, and you cannot accumulate more books until you've returned one. Only then the next one can come in, right? So that's the way you need to be treating any workshops, courses, and programs. And know that people care about you, your knowledge, your educating style, your teaching style, your creating style, your writing style, whatever, more than what certificates you have accumulated. So often, unless it's something serious like a medical thing, right? There are many fields where, yes, of course, you need to be a certified instructor because a person's well-being, a person's safety comes into question there, like whoever you're teaching. Then, yes, you need certification. But in many cases, you absolutely do not need certification. So honestly ask yourself, whatever project you want to work on next, does it really need a certification, or can you just do it? Do a little bit of research and see the other teachers in that same field. Do they have certificates? Or even if they do have certifications, is it something that they have accumulated before starting whatever it is that they've started, like their project or their courses or their teaching, whatever it is that they're doing? Did they accumulate those certificates beforehand? Or did they discerningly pick up one, additional certificate or one additional course or program slowly after beginning whatever they have started? So the point of this whole thing is stop procrastinating and start taking action. if there's something you want to do, a new project that you want to start, a new blog, a podcast, a business, a consultation or coaching program, whatever you want to start it. See what best you can do with what knowledge you already have, what experience you already have, and then build on it only if needed. Don't delay. That's it. Alright, that's it for today. If you're not on my newsletter yet, sign up to the Feel Good Tribe, veganosaurus.com/newsletter. I'll talk to you again next week. Take care. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Feel Good Factor. I'm Susmita Veganosaurus, and I'm looking forward to talking to you again very soon. Bye.